Okay, today we're taking a preliminary look at Victrola, the 6th, 208055, 1915, in oak. That is golden oak, it's just darkened with age, and it has not been cleaned yet, so there's quite a bit of nasty on there yet. We'll take care of that. As you can see, it's not in bad shape, and it does have, I really can't do it, but it does have the patent sticker is still under it. And over here you can see it still has the plate, the ID plate. That was missing on the last one I did. This is the older style. Up until 1918, these machines had the flat base. They had the one-piece top, which means the whole top lifts when you need to service the motor, which is probably slightly more convenient than the later style was with the lift-away board. But these lids had a tendency to do what you see here, which as they got older, there would be a little bit of separation. Very common, and not all machines did it. Ones that were in damper environments are more prone to it. This one might have been near the ocean. Doesn't show signs of immersion, so probably just from humidity in the air over, well, 105 years. And it has the older style. Let's see if I can zoom back on that for you. For some reason my zoom doesn't want to work, but it has the older style motor. 2-spring, of course, 2 small springs. This is the smaller size than you would find in the Victrola, the 9th, and all of those. Has the isolated horn. You got that this year. This is the first year for that with this machine, 1915. See how the horn is isolated from the motor? The motor kind of hangs here in the middle. Keeps your motor noise out of your horn. Now, first thing you notice. What do you notice here? See if you can tell. Those doors seem to be closing a little bit further than they should. For one thing, they have the knobs. That's impressive. A lot of times 1 or 2 are missing, but or they're the wrong kind. What's missing up there is the stop. A little metal plate. Not the first time I found that to happen, and I do have spares I can replace that. It goes right here. Just a little plate that hangs down and it stops the doors from going too far in. But we can take care of that. Not the end of the world. This one had its reproducer. And it is the exhibition, which is correct for this year and this model. Now what's odd about this one, you can obviously see this has not been serviced in a very, very long time. Has the nice patina on the nickel-plated brass. You can see that rubber gasket is badly cracked and loaded with air leaks and is hard as stone. Yet, somebody, sometime, I'm going to guess, in the last 30 years, has put a new back gasket on it. Probably because the original one broke and the reproducer fell off. They wanted it possibly just for display because they made no effort to do anything to the rest of the reproducer. This is not a reproducer you want to play records with. But for looks, I guess it would be fine. Possibly this was a display machine. You can tell this is one of the older ones because it's got the brass is all the way down to the metal. There's no gap there, which there should be because this is an isolator gasket. The newer isolator gaskets are being made like the original Victors again. At the bottom of that brass, there's a little gap before it hits the body of the reproducer. That's how you tell the older reproductions from the newer reproductions. But this will be fully rebuilt. I'll take care of that. That's just common. You know, at least the diaphragm looks halfway decent. Maybe I can salvage it. Who knows? Springs are good, but we'll take care of that later. That's typical. That's usually how they look after a very long time sitting. I found a record duster shoved underneath the motorboard. I'm sorry, the turntable. Kind of a surprise find. The original crank is there. Everything looks good. That motor's going to have to come off of there and be completely cleaned and scrubbed and, you know, all the usual stuff. But I see nothing alarming. The springs are still intact and not broken. You know, it's got a decent looking governor on there, which maybe we can salvage some parts on. The springs, maybe not. If not a big deal. Have all of that in stock. The rubber looks good on there. I'm sorry, the leather looks good on there. It has the felt washers, which are sometimes for unknown reasons missing, either eaten by bugs or people take them out and simply don't put them back. And you know, we'll take care of everything else that it has problems with. which really isn't that much. This is mostly going to be a job of cleaning and lubrication. There's no real issues with the wood. You know, let's take a look at the top. Just a little bit of separation there, which is minor. It's expected for a machine this old. The tone arm looks good. The stop is intact on the tone arm, which means it doesn't over travel and dent itself. This will clean up pretty decent. Oops. The felt isn't looking that good, but I'm going to keep it. Another nice machine. This is usually how you find these machines in this condition when you're at the flea market or estate sales, things like that. You know, you can see it's been wiped down, but not really cleaned. That wood needs a deep cleaning, which I will take care of. That won't affect the original patina. I like to work with machines like this. They're not in bad condition. They look original. You can see paint splatters. It's always paint splatters. I don't know why. These machines are just magnets for how hard is it to throw a towel over the machine when you paint to prevent that from happening. But it does. Seems like every one I do has paint splatters, even the portables, which are easy enough to pick up and move. But there you go. Preliminary look at the Victrola 6 208055.